What's good, fam? This your main man, KC for L, King Self for Life. First and foremost, I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day if you celebrate today. We got a lot to discuss. We're going to talk about main events, and then we're going to talk about the wild night we had last night. Uh, we got some things to discuss concerning AEW moving forward. We will get to all of that, but let's start off with main events. I was in and out of main events, real talk. The biggest talking points coming out of main events is obviously Brunson Reed of now being a part of Seth Rollins' new evolution or whatever you want to call it, and then Cody Rhodes returning. Like those are literally the two biggest talking points. Oh, and Drew McIntyre is officially done with WWE for right now. Now I'm not saying he's out of WWE, but he's on the he's hurt again, so he's gonna be out for the foreseeable future. Don't know when he'll return, but he is out. So we're going to break down all of that, and then we're going to talk about everything AEW, Double or Nothing, my thoughts on the company, my thoughts on pro wrestling moving forward, what I think could happen, what I hope should happen, but I don't know. But we're going to break all these things down. Like I said, I got the time. I'm here. I'm home. I'm doing this in front of the computer now, so let's go ahead and do it. So we open up the show. We open up the show with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn. You know they had to cheat. Bronson Reed comes out of nowhere and basically helps him out. And he officially joins. He hugs Seth. Y'all remember the beatdown he gave Seth before he dipped out. Y'all remember that, right? You remember the beatdown he gave them, man. Well, guess what? He's officially in. He's in. And he helped CM Punk and Sami. He helped Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker defeat CM Punk and Sami Zayn. So if you are peeping the game and where we're heading, don't be shocked if this is the War Games match going into Survivor Series. Don't be shocked. Because you know this is going to be Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, CM Punk. They got to get somebody else. United States Championships is Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green and her girls tried to cheat, but Zelina Vega retained. We move. Next, John Cena versus R-Truth. R-Truth came out dressed up like Fruity Pebbles. Just when I was giving R-Truth the props for not cooning, he decides I'm about to turn right back into a circus clown. This fool came dressed up exactly like John Cena. Came out on his music. He called himself Ron Cena. And John Cena beat the brakes off of him. What else you got? You already know. Damian Priest actually winning is not what I thought. I thought Drew McIntyre was going to get the nod, but apparently Drew McIntyre is too banged up to continue. Damian Priest got the best of Drew McIntyre, and where do we go from here? I don't know. I really don't know. And then the main event, which I'm surprised this was the main event. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. Fruity Pebbles tried to help Logan, and it's funny. Right as they was going in, Fruity Pebbles walked right past Jey Uso talking about you're gonna lose to a YouTuber, and guess what? He's gonna help ruin wrestling, right? He came out there to help that man, and then Cody Rhodes came out of nowhere. So we're gonna get ready to get a tag team match at Money in the Bank. Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena and Logan Paul. That was main events. Really, like I said, I just told you the main taking points. The Bronson Reed and Cody Rhodes are back. That's pretty much it. So that's that. Now, this show right here. I got so many mixed emotions about this show. One, I will always say this, and I'm going to say this every day. Every day. These shows are way too long. All In is the exception. You can do it at All In. If you want to have 80 million matches out, fine. But these other pay-per-views, 7 matches is the max. That's the biggest problem with this company. It's like TK just wants to keep putting crap that nobody cares about, and then cats be laid out and all this. I'm like, bro, but overall, I gotta say, everybody that went in here, they did what they're supposed to do. Everybody killed it. But we gotta talk about some results that happened. I did not want this woman to win, but everybody in the grandma knew she was winning. Listen, man. I love Tony, I love Mercedes, but I don't know, man. I really don't know what's Tony's vision concerning the women right now. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It was like, we got great women wrestlers in this company. The problem is Tony Khan and company is so focused on bringing in tag team titles that they're not even getting what they need to get right first. You need to be potentially building up somebody to take down Mercedes and somebody to potentially take down Tony. But the problem is, he said, I done ran through everybody in their grandma. I'm going to have Mercedes take down Tony. I'm like, why? Just why? So she can prance around with another title? I'm like, I would have Mercedes lose everything first before I have her go for the AEW Championship. But no, TK trying this crap that he wanted to do with Kenny Omega, and it was working because Kenny had an actual story, but the pandemic screwed that. Y'all remember when Kenny had every belt, he was collecting all the belts, and he was acting like he was Thanos? That was working because they had a story behind it. Mercedes' situation is she just going around beating everybody for titles that don't really make no type of sense. Now she get ready to defeat Tony Storm, and I'm like, but then you have to ask yourself, where the clown is Athena at? Who's from Texas, right? You would think we would do Athena and Mercedes, and Athena become your next TBS champion to make the most sense, correct? I mean, I'm just... Then you got Jamie Hayter, who could have potentially take down Tony. It would have been so much better, but Tony Khan and company, unfortunately Mercedes, unfortunately Tony, everybody don't give a damn. They just gonna do what they want to do, and they think what they doing is off the chain. It's not. Fantastic match. It was a great opener. The wrong woman won. That's what I'm going with. The wrong woman won. Now, as for matches that had absolutely no business being on this show, this is one of them. Was it a decent match? Sure. This match had absolutely no business being on this card. I'm serious right now, y'all. I am that serious. Okada's situation right now is unfortunate that he is a... Listen, we already know Okada's the man. Everybody and their mama know. You know this. If you paid attention to him in New Japan, Okada was the man. He comes here. He has this extra year-long reign with the Continental Classic, the trio. What do you call it? The Triple Crown Championship. But he just been running through everybody, you know. And we all know what's going to happen at All In. Everybody and mama knows what's going to happen. We get Kenny Omega versus Okada one more time. Shoot, one more. But it is what it is on that. So, and then Anarchy in the Arena. Oh my goodness. Anarchy in the Arena. Listen, when I get to that matchup, you're going to hear me talk about the wacky, crazy, insane buffoonery that we got in that matchup. Stuff that I'm just wild. And Swerve, look here. I'll get there when I get there. But we're going to break all this stuff down. We're going to break it all down. So let's go. So on the pre-show, you know me, I care less. Alan J. Harley Cameron beats Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, great. Bandino, AR Fox, and L Titans defeated RPG, Vice, and Crew, great. And I think Andrade broke his nose at this match. I just talked about this match. This was a great opener. Mercedes and Jamie Hayter killed it. The problem is the wrong woman won. I don't care what nobody has to say. You know I am a big old Mercedes Monet fan. Everybody and mama know that. But Jamie Hayter should have won. That is not, I don't care what nobody say. You call me a bug dancer all you want. Jamie Hayter should have won. I don't care. She should have won. This match is another matchup. I kind of feel like they could have just saved this for Collision. As much as I respect the best out of FTR, I would have saved this for Collision. And you know what? I wasn't even thinking about this. You talk about cosplaying directly from WWE. Didn't we just have Pat McAfee going against Gunther? Now we got Nigel going against FTR now because they was coming after Tony Schiavone. It don't make no sense, but it is what it is. FTR defeated Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. Great. We move on. Now, this matchup right here, Ricochet and Mark Briscoe, as much as the story really was kind of off, Mark Briscoe and Ricochet gave a great match. And Ricochet is one of the goofiest cats on the planet. I didn't realize how silly he was. He is taking this villain role to another level. He's playing the mess out of it, beating the brakes off of folk, running around with this goofy man scissors and all this crazy crap. Ricochet killed it. Mark Briscoe killed it. This right here, for me, was when everything started to go up from this point. I'm because like I said, I ain't really care too much about this match. You know, I didn't care nothing about this. This is great. The stretcher match, fantastic, great. Ricochet puts him in the ambulance. He goes on. But we're going to talk about Mark Briscoe coming back at the end, which I'm kind of trying to figure out, like, wait a minute, didn't you just get stretched up out of here? What you doing coming back in the Anarchy in the Asylum match, whatever you want to call it? Now, this matchup is the biggest story coming out of AEW right now. MJF is officially part of the Hurt Syndicate. He's officially in. This is my takeaway. He's in. Now you prep him to potentially become the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So, they went against the Sons of Texas, which is Sammy Guevara and what you call it, formerly known as Goldust, Dustin Rhodes. The storytelling about this was MJF kept getting in the way. He kept getting in the way, like as if they needed him to win, but they kept getting in the way. Bobby was kind of tripping a little bit, but then towards the end, the two of them finally got on the same page, and they did what they were supposed to do. They took these circus clowns out, and they retained their titles. Shelton Benjamin, I mean, listen, Shelton gonna give you a classic no matter what. Shelton gonna go out there and do what he needs to do. Sammy tried a little something. Dustin did a little something. Bobby, you already know. You know what you're gonna get from Bobby. And they retained. MVP was on commentary just talking a whole lot of wild crap, just saying whatever he needed to say. But I'm like, cool. This matchup right here had absolutely no business being on this show. This is a collision match at best, a dynamite match at best. This is what I be talking about. Oversaturating the shows and making them so freaking long is one of the biggest problems. I can't go past what I used to. I used to give TK 9s and 8s all the dang time. Now I'm stuck between 6 and 7s now because he continues to do this goofy stuff thinking he's doing something right, but he doesn't care because all he wants to do is snort cocaine all day. It's insane, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. I'm like, TK, please, man. Please shorten your shows. These shows are ending too doggone late. They're in matches like these, even though it was a good match. Speedball Mike Bailey is a fantastic wrestler. I'm telling you, when he came out here and went against Josh Alexander, when it was on, both of them was in TNA, man, they killed it. It was a fantastic match. Him and Okada, great matchup, but this should have not been on the freaking show. It shouldn't. Okada selling his behind off for this man, making speedball doing all this karate crap, out here looking like he just left Street Fighter 6 or something. I'm like, man, you already know what's going to happen. Okada got the job done. He retained. What else is new? Now this matchup right here. Toni Storm versus Mina Shirakawa. She's officially a part of AEW now, and everybody mama knew what was going to happen. Great match. The ladies did what they were supposed to do. But the ending. Everything that happened at the end, they got up, they embraced one another, and Toni constantly lets you know every day that she swings both sides. The two of them started making out. I was like, whatever. The most craziest... listen, anytime they have these type of matches right here, I don't think they can outdo themselves. They outdone themselves, and they went somewhere that's so psychotic, so twisted, so insane to the membrane. I'm like, what in the... So, the music they started off with. See, in these matches, you got to have the music playing throughout. So they was playing the Porter Sisters, I'm Excited and I Just Can't Hide It. And fans were sitting up there just crying, laughing, like, what in the world? And then Kenny and them was like, wait a minute, are you serious? So Kenny said, no, screw this, DJ, we screwed that. Let's go back to old school hardcore rock, and they put on Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. That crowd in Phoenix, that's another thing. One positive I could take away. Somehow, some way, Phoenix, Arizona was able to stay in tune throughout the whole show. As long as this show was, I got to give Phoenix, Arizona nothing but praise. They, again, crowds help make or break a show, and they were into it the entire show. As long as these shows are, I give them props because they made noise throughout the entire show. They made so much noise, it's crazy. this was one of, I mean, you got the Young Bucks coming out here looking like they just signed the Declaration of Independence. I mean, it's just in craziness. Crazy to the member. And then, so Samoa Joe was missing. Everybody was like, where's Samoa Joe at? You see Claudio standing up there. Samoa Joe came out of nowhere, choked the mess out of him. So you got everybody going in. You got Willow going in against Marina Shafir. You got Will Hobbs going at it with Willa Yuta and all this other stuff. I mean, these cats were going crazy. Now let's talk about the sickest parts of the whole. And when I say sick, I'm talking about actual sick. I'm not talking about like as in cool sick. I'm talking about just straight disgusting. The Young Bucks pulled out a staple gun. Now the staple gun, listen. These fools love stapling folks left and right. They tried to staple Kenny and Swerve. Swerve messed around and got that thing out their hands. Well, actually, before they stapled that man's tongue. I said, what in the world? What is wrong with Swerve? Swerve is insane. I'm like, he is insane. Man, this dude ain't. He's something else. I said, bro, It's weird. And shout out to my boy. He kind of made a stereotypical comment because we went over to his house to watch the show. He said, "Why do we like to be?" I said, "No, we don't." I said I said, "Don't allow Swerve and Will Hobbs to fool you. That we don't like to. We don't. We don't. That was extra stereotypical comment that he made. I'm like, no, we don't. No. Talk about why the black folk like pain and what some weird stuff. I'm like, no, bro, you kind of out of pocket with that one. I was like, no, you." But Swerve is weird. He weird. I'm just weird. Then they took some thumbtacks and poured it down Kenny Omega's throat. I said, just weird stuff, just insane. Then you got everybody going through tables. Willow got her dog. So Marina Shafir then doggone locked Willow's ear to the doggone pole where she couldn't go nowhere. Her ear was, I said, what kind of, they went there. These fools went somewhere. It was sick. It was insane. Cats going all over the place. Moxie trying to do a little something. I'm like, it was nuts. These Anarchy and Arena matches have been some of the most craziest, insane to the membrane type of matches where fans are just going nuts. So then, who got thrown into? I think it was Claudio. Claudio had got thrown into the doggone DJ box and let the body sit the floor had stopped. I mean, this match was, I'm just going off the top of the dome with everything that happened. Then they pulled out the thumbtack shoes. That was Prince Nana. Prince Nana was silly. Prince Nana was shucking the jive in the whole show. I mean, this fool dancing on the doggone forklift. You got Swerve on the forklift. He doing the lick. I was like, okay, okay, you kind of going a little overboard, man. Just doing that. And then he pulled out the doggone thumbtack shoes, popped up. I don't know if it was Nick and Matt, and then the other one got one wing. I think it was One Wing Angel through a table, and the table was an explosive table. Kenny Omega took that boy. I was insane. So then, as it looked like the numbers were against him, that fool gave the kid. He came out of nowhere, just popping everybody in the head with the doggone championship that's in the briefcase, trying to make it look like they in trouble. Then here come Mark Briscoe, who we thought was done for the night. Somehow got up out that doggone ambulance truck, and for some reason that same ambulance truck was right back for this matchup. They used that spot and they locked everybody in that doggone ambulance truck. So all the Death Riders pretty much got locked up in there. So it was only the Young Bucks who was stuck in the ring. And this is when Kenny Omega and Swerve finished the deal, and they got the job done. Team Swerve beats Moxie Squad, and one of the most insane to the membrane. I mean, just kicks. Marina Shafir actually got One Winged Angel, whatever it was. It was crazy. The spots in this matchup, it's just I was like, dog, what the clown am I looking at? It was just insane. Then we go and have this matchup, which had another match that really could have just been saved for Collision. We got Don Callis family taking on, and they changed their name. So Adam Cole's squad is called, they call themselves the Paragon or whatever. This was a match that had absolutely no business. This was, like I said, this was a collision or dynamite matchup, real talk. Like, I really didn't, Don Callis was on commentary talking bull jive or whatever. I really wasn't paying attention because I was too busy looking at how the quote-unquote Pacers decided to quote-unquote blow a 20-point lead at home in Game 3. I say, ladies and gentlemen, pro sports is nothing more than WWE/AEW. It's scripted. It is scripted to the T. If you thought the Knicks were going to go down 3-0, you must be smoking crack. I said they did. And the Pacers, they completely forgot how to play basketball. They forgot. Just like OKC, they forgot how to play basketball on Saturday. Scripted. It's scripted to the T, ladies and gentlemen. It is scripted to the T. But yeah, this matchup right here had absolutely no business being on the show. So before I get to the men's main event, I'm about to cut everything that you really didn't need. Because, you know, you got to have more than one women's match. This probably would have been my only pre-show match. I'm getting rid of this trash. They ain't on the show. They not on the show. And they not on the show. And so look at 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. 4 matches. That means I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Boom. It is that simple. Tony Khan, I don't get your behind. I don't get you. 7 matches, simple. 1 on the pre-show, 6 on the main card. We are good to go. And I probably would have gave this show an 8 out of 10, regardless of how I feel about the main event. We're going to get there. But I'm telling you, 7 simple matches. 1 on the Listen, everybody doesn't deserve to be on your show. I'm sorry. Your storylines are weak, is trash. They have no business being on this doggone show. 7 matches. We would have been done with this show probably by close to 10 o'clock. In and out. You start the doggone show at doggone 7 o'clock. Pre-show start at 6. You got 1 match on the pre-show. So think about this. You got 30 minutes to hype up the show, to talk about all the 6 matches that's going to be on. You got the 1 match on the pre-show, which I would have been fine. You keep Anna Jay, Harley Cameron versus Megan Bayne and Penelope. Keep that on the pre-show. This trash is not going to be on there. I'm sorry. I'm saving this for Dynamite or Collision. Boom. Get rid of that. You open up the show with this. Cool. You open up the show with this. I'm mad. They're Mercedes won. Cool. You get rid of this trash. Ricochet, Mark Briscoe, you keep that on the show. As bad as the storyline was, the matchup itself, they told the story in the matchup. Great. I'm keeping that. Obviously, this is your biggest storyline going. You keep this on the show. Get rid of this trash. I'm sorry. You get rid of this. You move this. You throw it in the trash can. You keep this. Obviously, you know she's going to be on the show. Or, I mean, you know, it depends. If you really, in some cases, I mean, because, you know, she just got there, I probably would have actually gave Tony the night off and let Tony be out there to watch this matchup. So then so boom, now you can set it up. So because you're out there, I would have probably gave her out. So you know what? Scratch that. I'm actually keeping it with 6. Unfortunately, like I said, she ain't gonna be on the show. But she would be on. Her matchup wouldn't be on the show, but she would be. So you know what I would have did? I probably would have saved this for Dynamite. I would have probably saved this for Dynamite. So then, boom, now Mercedes comes out. But I would have had this. I would have had, like I said, I would have kept this matchup and then just had her watching. So she know, like, even though it was predictable as possible, TK already told you what was going to happen. You know, just to keep, I'm keeping this on the show because they killed it. Everybody, mama, as goofy as the Young Bucks look, as weird and sick as Swerve is, listen, I'm keeping it on the show. This trash gots to go. You got to go. I'm sorry, Adam Cole. Your match ain't on. I'm sorry, Don Callis, but your boys ain't gonna be on the show. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. 6 matches, boom. 1 on the pre-show, 5 on the main card. We are good to go. We are good. Boom. In and out. I'm telling you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Boom. It is that simple. That's how you do it. I'm telling you. Look, Cass gonna be mad at me. If I was if I was Tony Khan, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all love me because I be putting you on the show because I want you on the show. Next time, we're going to make sure that if your matchup, your storyline is not important, I'm not putting you on the show. I'm sorry. I know I'm the king of random matches. I'm the guy that just book matches just to be booking matches. But I got to start making my show better, because for the long run, I'm just clowning. I'm just doing what the heck I want to do because I think I know what I'm doing. When in actuality, I don't have a slightest clue of what I'm doing. I don't even know. I'm just booking shows. I'm just doing this because, hey, I just want to be a fan of wrestling. Let's go ahead and talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and talk about it right now. Hangman and Will Ospreay, like I said, they went in there. Crowd kind of like, you know what? But look, Ospreay was acting a little heelish because he said he was going to do whatever it took to become or have that responsibility of taking Moxley out at All In. There was a spot or two where, listen, we don't know. I don't know if they called the audible. I don't know. I could be wrong. This was probably Tony Khan's plan from day one. They went on the table, and the table completely collapsed right when Hangman was about to do his move, or was it Ospreay? One of them was finna do the move. Their weight collapsed the table. They was on the Spanish announce table. They was finna do the move. Ospreay head came down quick, and I don't know. I don't know if he was hurt. I don't know. I don't know if this was an audible. I need to find something. I'm gonna do my research and figure out, like, maybe Ospreay was hurt. I don't know. The fact that TK and them went this route, I'm like, it is what it is. But they killed it. Hangman and Will Ospreay, they went at it. They was, look, I mean, I know a lot of people is like I said, this whole thing is mixed because I see some of the people, some of the biggest critique artists are absolutely happy that Hangman won. They are happy. But me, my brother, and my main Ace, we kind of like, I don't know, because we was like, okay, Will Ospreay got this. It's almost like, okay, Moxley definitely has to lose now. But I'm sitting up here saying, okay, you allowed Hangman to win. That means we might be stuck at the All In. And if that's the case, I don't know what you're doing, TK. You're losing faith with a lot of people who've been invested in this company for the last 6 years, man. Hangman getting the dub. Two possible situations can happen right here. Two. And this is my thought process coming out of this. With Hangman winning, we in Texas. The logo, cowboy poop. That's all everybody was saying. Cowboy poop. We in Texas, right? Hangman finally gets the job done for the second time. But we're not forgetting, because at the podium, at the press conference, he mentioned MJF's name twice. And so I'm sitting up here saying, okay, what if they had that doggone gauntlet match to determine the number one contender, and you can have your cash in anytime, any place, anywhere? Okay. If Hangman wins, he celebrates. Hurt Seneca comes out of nowhere, beats the dog poop out of Hangman. Tony Schiavone is going completely crazy. What is the Hurt Seneca doing out here? No, this is not right. This is wrong. This is terrible. Hangman doesn't deserve this. Boom. MJL comes out of nowhere, cashes in, and walks out of All In as your next AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I'm sitting up here saying, if you really want Hangman to get the job done, TK, go ahead and psh. Cause certain cats don't want some cats don't want another Hangman title run. Me, it don't really matter to me, but I prefer Will Ospreay winning at this spot. Now the other only scenario is Moxley winning, and then we have to wait to doggone freaking Darby Allin, which is listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, there are only two outcomes. Two. Hangman winning and then MJF coming out of nowhere taking that championship off of him, or we stuck with Moxley, and I don't want that. I do not want that. I want this Death Rider storyline to die. I want it to die. TK, we need to be done with this. Moxley is not Roman Reigns. I don't care how you look at it. I'm sorry to the hardcore Moxley heads, but he is not Roman Reigns. He is not. If he was Roman Reigns, fools wouldn't be complaining about this run, terrorizing and destroying the company. But you hardcores are sitting up here saying that Moxley is off the chain. No, he's not. He used to be. Moxley was great the first 3 years. The last 3 years, Moxley has been atrocious. I'm sorry. You can debate your mama on that. He has been garbage. Now, he did his thing in the Anarchy in the Arena match because he had everybody in the mama helping him out, doing what they were supposed to do. Great. But as a World Heavyweight Champion, it's been trash. So there are only two outcomes that we can get from doggone All In. Hangman walking out, MJF cashing in, but MJF must win that doggone cash-in thing. He must win it. That's the only way this is going to work. This is the only way, the only saving grace that can keep people still tuned in. Because my man Ace done already said he done with the company. He just said he finished. He said he ain't watching the crap no more. He said he's done. I don't even think he said he even going to bother with All In. So, like I said, TK, you got one thing and one thing to do right. If Moxley walks out with this doggone championship, you have completely killed your company from within. I don't usually say that. I don't usually get on that bandwagon, but listen, I had to be a realist. I'm a real AEW hardcore fan, but I speak the honest to God truth about the company that I've been watching since day one. If Tony Khan has Moxley walk out of All In, you asking for people to say, you know what, I'm done. There ain't even no point of even coming on here talking about this company no more. Because you continue to do what you want to do, and what you're doing is garbage. What you're doing is not even worth it. It's not worth it at all. You might as well just go home and do some other stuff, because what you're doing is mediocre booking. It's trash. Just like your main ace, Triple H, who's decided to have pay-per-views the same exact day as you. This petty beef between the two of them is just dead because both of them don't know what the clown they're doing. And as you can see, Trick Williams is your current TNA champion. That just tells me that TNA has been bought by WWE. That's all that means. Ladies and gentlemen, I done went in. I said my piece. My final result for this doggone pay-per-view, I'm sticking with it. The highest I'm going is a 7. I'm not going any higher than that. If Will Ospreay would have won, I actually would have gave this show an 8 out of 10. But because he didn't, and it's Hangman, I'm sticking at a 7. Even though the main event was fantastic. Listen, majority of these matches on this show was great. It's just too dang long. It's too long. Stuff that don't make no sense. Cats, we weren't even paying attention to the show. Cats was in their phone doing a whole lot of other stuff. It's the problem. The problem is you need to put more effort in, one, building up your stories and making people give a dang about them. Then, when you produce said matches, give the results that cats want. Stop doing the stupid stuff that you want to do, stuff that you think what you're doing is off the chain, and it's not. It's not off the chain, Anthony Khan. It's not. Would I take Double or Nothing over Dynasty? Yes. But even with me doing that, you're still not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not. But I'm telling you right now, if we are going Hangman Moxley, if we're going with Hangman to defeat Moxley, the only saving grace is MJF, what I said. That is the only saving grace. The only saving grace. I'm serious. Now, like I said, for the women's situation, I have no clue. I don't know what to. I don't know. Maybe TK wants tag team titles, but I'm like, you done ran through all the other girls, so what sense does that make? I'm like, it is what it is, man. Y'all know exactly what to do. Hit the comment section up. Let me know what y'all thought about everything. Saturday night main events, Double or Nothing. What's your thoughts concerning pro wrestling as a whole? Not just one company over the other. As a whole. Hit the comment section up. I will talk to y'all cats later. This is your main man, KCFL, King Set for Life Wrestling Takes. You know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out the door. I'll let you boy.